The Guns of Navarone, 1961, is a classic war film that captivated audiences with its gripping storyline and stellar cast. As we step into 2025, 64 years after its release, many fans are curious about what happened to the iconic actors who brought this epic tale to life. In this article, we'll explore the lives and careers of the cast members, uncovering their journeys since the film, including their personal triumphs and challenges. Join us as we revisit the stars of the Guns of Navarone and discover where they are now. Gregory Peck, born on April 5, 1916, in La Jolla, California, played the calm and resourceful Captain Keith Mallory in The Guns of Navarone, 1961, at the age of 45. His early life was fraught with challenges, including the separation of his parents, leading to a strained childhood. Nevertheless, Peck pursued acting, eventually becoming one of Hollywood's most revered actors, known for his role in To Kill a Mockingbird, 1962. However, his personal life was marred by heartache. His first marriage to Greta Kukkonen ended in 1955, but they had 3 children together. The devastating suicide of his son Jonathan in 1975 left Peck in emotional turmoil. His second marriage to Irene Papas was more stable, though the pain of losing his son lingered. Later in life, Peck dealt with health issues, including a heart attack, before passing away on June 12, 2003, at the age of 87 from cardiorespiratory arrest and bronchial pneumonia. Anthony Quinn, born on April 21, 1915, in Chihuahua, Mexico, took on the role of the passionate and courageous Colonel Andrea Stavros in The Guns of Navarone at 46 years old. Raised in poverty, Quinn's early life was shaped by hardship and a tumultuous family situation. His career in Hollywood was marked by intense, often larger-than-life roles, such as in Zorba the Greek and La Strada, which earned him Academy Awards. While he was celebrated for his talent, Quinn's personal life was equally dramatic, including 2 marriages and a family of 13 children. His first marriage to Catherine DeMille was tragically impacted by the death of their son Christopher, who drowned at a young age. Quinn's second marriage to Jolanda Adalori also faced difficulties, with reports of infidelity and separations. In his later years, Quinn struggled with health issues, including respiratory problems, which ultimately led to his death from complications related to throat cancer on June 3, 2001, at the age of 86. Despite his career success, Quinn's life was marked by personal tragedies and complex relationships. David Niven, born on March 1, 1910, in London, portrayed the charismatic Corporal John Anthony Miller in The Guns of Navarone at 51. Niven's early years were marked by the loss of his father in World War I, which cast a shadow over his youth. His acting career was filled with successes, with notable films like A Matter of Life and Death and The Pink Panther. Despite his charm on screen, Niven's personal life was often turbulent. His first wife, Primula Rollo, tragically died in a fall in 1946, which devastated him as he was left to raise their 2 young sons alone. He remarried to Geordis Genberg, but their relationship was troubled by her alcoholism and infidelity. Later in life, Niven was diagnosed with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a disease that slowly robbed him of his ability to speak and move. David Niven passed away on July 29, 1983, at 73, after a long battle with the disease, leaving behind a legacy of both on-screen charm and personal struggles. Stanley Baker, born on February 28, 1928, in Ferndale, Wales, portrayed CPO Butcher Brown in The Guns of Navarone. At 33 years old, Baker's character was tough, dependable, and physically strong, a reflection of his own gritty upbringing in a coal mining town. Despite a rough start in life, Baker rose to fame with notable roles in films like Zulu and The Cruel Sea, becoming a respected figure in British cinema. However, his personal life was fraught with struggles, particularly his ongoing battle with alcoholism. His marriage to Ellen Martin, which lasted until his death, was turbulent, with infidelities and separations. They had 3 children, Glenn, Sally, and Adam. Baker's career peaked early, but his health deteriorated, and at the age of 48, He died of lung cancer and pneumonia on June 28, 1976. His passing left a hole in British film, and his premature death at such a young age was a tragic end to a promising career. Anthony Quail, born on September 7, 1913, in Southport, England, was 48 when he played Major Roy Franklin in the Guns of Navarone. A respected stage and film actor, Quail's early life was marked by the loss of his father in World War I, an event that deeply affected him. Despite this, he went on to enjoy a distinguished career in the theatre, particularly with the Royal Shakespeare Company. Quail's role in the Guns of Navarone was one of many in a career that spanned over 5 decades. His first marriage to actress Dorothy Hyson ended in divorce, and they had 3 children, Christopher, Robin, and Rosanna. Quail's second marriage was more stable, but his health began to decline in the later years of his life. A talented and respected actor, he passed away from liver cancer on October 20, 1989, at 76, leaving behind a legacy of remarkable stage and film performances. His passing marked the end of a significant chapter in British acting. James Darren, born on June 8, 1936, in Philadelphia, was just 25 when he starred as Spiros Papademos in the Guns of Navarone. A handsome, charismatic actor, Darren's early career was defined by his teen idol status, rising to fame in the late 1950s with his role in Gidget. His role in the Guns of Navarone showcased his youthful energy and bravery, much like his real-life adventurous spirit. However, Darren's personal life was less smooth. His first marriage to Gloria Terlitsky ended in divorce, which caused a rift between him and their son, James Jr. His second marriage to Evie Norland was more enduring, and they had 2 sons, Christian and Anthony. While his career continued throughout the 60s and 70s, Darren faced personal challenges, including periods of professional decline. In his later years, he struggled with health issues but lived a full life. He passed away on September 2, 2024, at the age of 88, from heart failure, leaving behind a legacy of TV and film work that spanned several decades. Irene Papas, born on September 3, 1929, in Kiliamodi, Greece, brought a powerful presence to her role as Maria Papademos in the Guns of Navarone, 1961, when she was 32 years old. Raised during World War II in Greece, Irene's early years were marked by hardships that shaped her resilience. Her acting career flourished with standout roles in films like Zorba the Greek, but her personal life was a constant struggle. Papas had a difficult marriage to director Alkis Papas, which ended in divorce, and although she had a few relationships afterward, she never remarried. Despite achieving great success in her career, she faced profound grief, including the tragic loss of close friends and family. Irene's later years were overshadowed by Alzheimer's disease, which slowly diminished her independence and memory. She passed away on September 14, 2022, at the age of 93, leaving a legacy as a woman who, despite her personal tragedies, captivated audiences with her strength and depth in every role. Gia Scala, born on March 3, 1934, in Liverpool, England, but raised in Italy, portrayed Anna in the Guns of Navarone, 1961, at the age of 27. Scala's life and career were marked by her beauty and talent, but also by deep personal struggles. After moving to Hollywood, she quickly became a sought-after actress with notable performances in films like The Garment Jungle and The Two-Headed Spy. However, her personal life was plagued by instability, particularly her troubled marriage to actor Don Burnett, which ended in divorce. Gia also grappled with depression, loneliness, and a growing sense of unfulfilled potential as her career stalled. She struggled with substance abuse, which worsened as she became more isolated from the Hollywood scene. Tragically, Scala's life ended prematurely when she died of an accidental overdose on April 30, 1972, at the age of 38. Despite her promising career, her life was a painful reflection of inner turmoil and unrealized dreams. James Robertson Justice, born on June 15, 1907, in London, England, was 54 years old when he played the role of Jensen, the prologue narrator in the Guns of Navarone, 1961. Known for his commanding voice and larger-than-life persona, Justice enjoyed a successful career in both comedy and drama, appearing in films like Doctor in the House and The Sword and the Rose. However, his personal life was far from the picture of stability his career suggested. His marriage to actress Dilys Hayden ended in divorce due to his infidelities and domineering behavior, leaving him emotionally and financially strained. Later in life, Justice faced health problems, including a debilitating stroke in 1968, which left him with impaired speech and mobility, effectively ending his acting career. His last years were spent in relative obscurity in a modest home in Scotland, where he lived quietly away from the public eye. He passed away on July 2, 1975, at the age of 68, a man who had known both the heights of fame and the depths of personal despair. Richard Harris, born on October 1, 1930, in Limerick, Ireland, was 31 years old when he played the fearless squadron leader Barnsby in the Guns of Navarone. Harris's early life was marked by hardship, including a battle with tuberculosis that ended his promising rugby career. He turned to acting, making an impact with his raw, emotional performances in films like This Sporting Life, which earned him an Academy Award nomination. His career was both illustrious and tumultuous, plagued by struggles with alcoholism and difficult personal relationships. Harris was married twice, first to Elizabeth Rees-Williams, with whom he had 3 sons, including director Damien Harris, and later to actress Anne Turkel. Both marriages ended in divorce. Despite his success, he faced financial instability and health issues, and his later years were overshadowed by his battle with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Richard Harris passed away on October 25, 2002, at 72, leaving behind a complex legacy of both artistic achievement and personal turmoil. Alan Cuthbertson, born on April 7, 1920, in Perth, Australia, was 41 years old when he played the disciplined and no-nonsense Major Baker in the Guns of Navarone. Cuthbertson moved to England in his 20s, where he made a name for himself with his strong stage presence and ability to portray military figures and authority roles with precision. His career flourished in both film and television, with notable roles in The Dam Busters and The Third Man, but his personal life remained largely private. Cuthbertson never married and lived a solitary life, focusing on his work rather than relationships. His dedication to his craft was unwavering, but his later years were marked by declining health, and he faced the difficulties of aging in an industry that often forgets its veterans. Alan Cuthbertson passed away on February 8, 1988, at 67, from undisclosed causes. Despite his low profile in the public eye, he left a legacy of professionalism and dependable performances that made him a respected figure in British cinema. Brian Forbes, born on July 22, 1926, in London, was 35 years old when he portrayed the intelligent and resourceful Quinn in the Guns of Navarone. Raised in a working-class family, Forbes found his calling in the film industry, not only as an actor but also as a director and screenwriter. His most famous directorial works include The Stepford Wives and Whistle Down the Wind, but his career was not without its challenges. While he enjoyed commercial success, Forbes faced critical setbacks and controversies over some of his films. On the personal front, Forbes had a long and loving marriage to actress Nanette Newman, with whom he had 2 daughters, Emma and Sarah. Their marriage lasted for nearly 5 decades, a rare example of enduring Hollywood romance. Despite his professional accomplishments, Forbes struggled with the pressures of aging and personal loss. He passed away on May 8, 2013, at the age of 86, after a life of remarkable artistic achievement but also personal trials, including the challenges of maintaining creative relevance in an ever-changing industry. Michael Trubshaw, born on December 7, 1905, was 56 years old when he portrayed Weaver in The Guns of Navarone, 1961. Born into an affluent British family, his early life seemed promising, but it was marred by personal struggles, particularly related to his experiences during World War II. After serving in the military, Trubshaw's emotional wounds were deep, leading to difficulties in his relationships. His first marriage to Elizabeth, a high society woman, ended in divorce after years of marital strain, primarily due to his PTSD and the trauma he carried from his wartime service. Trubshaw's relationship with his only son, Michael Jr., suffered as a result, with the two never fully reconciling. Despite the ups and downs of his personal life, Trubshaw found solace in his second marriage to Margaret in the 1960s, though his struggles continued to haunt him. He passed away on March 21, 1985, at the age of 79. The cause of his death remains undisclosed, and his passing marked the end of a life marked by both triumph and tragedy. Percy Herbert, born on July 31, 1920, was 41 years old when he portrayed Sergeant Grogan in the Guns of Navarone, 1961. Growing up in the tough working-class neighborhoods of London, Herbert's early years were shaped by hardship and the shadow of World War II. He served in the British Army, and his wartime experiences left an indelible mark on him. After the war, he married Edith, a nurse he met during his service, and together they had 2 children, Margaret and Peter. However, Herbert's career as an actor, coupled with his ongoing battles with the trauma from the war, placed a strain on their relationship. His marriage ended in separation, and while he continued to enjoy a successful acting career, his personal life was marked by sorrow. Despite this, he found some peace in his work, often playing tough military roles that mirrored his own experiences. Herbert passed away on December 6, 1992, at the age of 72. The cause of death remains undisclosed, leaving a legacy of a man who fought both on-screen and off-screen. Tutte Lemko, born on August 28, 1918, in Sweden, was 43 years old when he played Nikolai in the Guns of Navarone, 1961. Nikolai, a resourceful and agile character, was a standout in the film, known for his quick thinking and adaptability under pressure. Lemko's early life was shaped by hardship and poverty, but his determination to succeed led him to acting. He had a varied career, taking on many roles in European films, but his personal life was marred by tragedy. He was married twice, and his first marriage ended in the heartbreaking loss of his young child. Lemko's second marriage also faced its struggles, and he continued to grapple with personal loss and disappointment. Later in life, he was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, which cast a shadow over his final years. He passed away on November 10, 1991, at the age of 73, leaving behind a legacy of talent and resilience. His life, however, was marked by sorrow and the pain of losing loved ones far too soon. Walter Gotell, born on March 15, 1924, was 37 years old when he portrayed Musil in the Guns of Navarone, 1961. Born in Germany, Gotell's early life was shaped by the rise of the Nazi regime, and his family fled to England in the early years of World War II. Despite the upheaval, Gotell found success in his acting career, portraying a range of characters, often those with a complex or antagonistic edge. His marriage to Helga, a fellow German expatriate, was a cornerstone of his life, though it was not without its struggles. The couple had 3 children, Johann, Ingrid, and Martin. Tragically, their son Johann died in a car accident, a loss that cast a long shadow over Gotell's life. Though Gotell continued to act in a number of prominent films and television shows, the pain of this loss, along with the tensions of his early life, left emotional scars. Gotell passed away on May 5, 1997, at the age of 73 after battling cancer. His death marked the end of a life filled with both artistic achievements and personal tragedies. Albert Niven, born on June 22, 1906, in Germany, portrayed the strict and authoritative commandant in the Guns of Navarone at 55 years old. Niven's childhood was filled with the instability of post-World War I Europe, and his career was built in both theater and film, making him a familiar face in international cinema. However, his personal life was far from easy. His marriage faced challenges, with reports suggesting that his relationship was deeply affected by his emotional turmoil. Despite his strong on-screen presence, Niven battled with personal demons, and his struggles in private often reflected in his performances. Though he achieved recognition in films like The Fall of the Roman Empire and The Guns of Navarone, his life was filled with setbacks. His emotional battles and strained relationships left him feeling isolated in his later years. Albert Niven died on December 22, 1971, at 65, and the cause of death remains undisclosed. Norman Woodland, born on March 16, 1905, in England, was 56 years old when he played the group captain in The Guns of Navarone, 1961. Woodland's role as the experienced, calm, and strategic leader was one of his defining moments in cinema, but his personal life was full of struggles. He began his career in the theater, and although he achieved a steady presence in film, his journey was not without hardship. Woodland was married twice, but both marriages were troubled, and the emotional strain of these relationships seemed to affect his overall well-being. His career had its peaks, but he faced financial difficulties later in life, adding stress to his personal and professional life. Woodland's health began to decline, and he faced multiple challenges as he grew older. He passed away on April 3, 1989, at the age of 84, with the cause of death still undetermined. Though known for his calm and composed on-screen presence, his life was a turbulent mix of personal disappointment, health struggles, and financial strain. Christopher Rhodes, born on April 30, 1914, played the disciplined and strategic German gunnery officer in The Guns of Navarone, 1961, where he was 47 years old. Rhodes had a varied career in both film and television, but his life was often marked by personal struggles. His early years were filled with hardships as he lost his father at a young age and faced financial challenges in his youth. Despite this, he worked steadily in British films, often playing roles that demanded precision and authority. However, his career was plagued by periods of unemployment, and he faced emotional difficulties in his personal life. He was married once but had a strained relationship, with no children reported. Tragically, Rhodes's life was cut short when he passed away on June 22, 1964, at the age of 50. The cause of his death remains undisclosed, and his premature passing left a sense of mystery around his final years. At the time of his death, his career had been in decline, and little is known about the circumstances leading to his passing. Karl During, born on May 29, 1923, portrayed the German radar operator in The Guns of Navarone. At 38 years old during filming, During's character was defined by his technical expertise and quick decision-making. During had a successful career in European cinema, especially in German and British films, often playing roles that emphasized intelligence and precision. His early life was marked by the turmoil of World War II, which he survived in Germany. He faced significant challenges in his personal life, particularly his struggles with depression and anxiety, which he battled throughout much of his life. During was married twice, but both marriages ended in divorce. He had one daughter, who followed him into the arts, though their relationship was often strained due to his emotional struggles. Despite these difficulties, During remained active in the industry for many years and lived to see a career resurgence in his later years. He passed away on September 1, 2018, at the age of 95. Victor Bulman, born on November 7, 1912, played the alert and methodical German officer in the gun cave in The Guns of Navarone. At 49 years old during filming, Bulman had a career that spanned both stage and screen, but his personal life was often filled with turmoil. He had a troubled childhood, growing up in the shadow of World War I, which profoundly affected his outlook on life. Bulman's acting career reached its height in the 1940s and 1950s, but his personal life was marked by a series of failed relationships. His first marriage, to actress Helen Phelps, ended in divorce, leaving him emotionally scarred. The couple had one child, a son named Richard, who later became estranged from his father. Bulman's later years were marked by periods of financial instability, and his health began to deteriorate. He died on March 21, 1977, at 64 years old, with the cause of his death remaining undisclosed. His passing occurred when his career was mostly in the rearview mirror, and he left behind a legacy of solid but largely unheralded performances. Gerard Hines, born on January 2, 1904, in Germany, portrayed the calm and precise German surgeon in the Guns of Navarone, 1961, at the age of 57. Hines had a long career in theater and film, but his personal life was marked by struggle and isolation. Raised in a strict, disciplined family, he found himself entangled in the turbulent times of Nazi Germany. Though never publicly active in politics, his early years were shadowed by the pressure to conform. Hines's marriage to actress Irmgard Dries was short-lived, with the couple divorcing after several years. The pain of this separation lingered throughout his life, and he later became a recluse, avoiding public events and interviews. His later career in film was sparse, and by the time of his death, he had been largely forgotten by the public. Hines passed away on November 20, 1972, at the age of 68, the cause of death undisclosed, leaving behind a legacy that is often overshadowed by the chaos of his times. Robert Reedy, born on February 8, 1923, in London, England, was 38 years old when he voiced the German character of Mallory in the Guns of Navarone, 1961. Reedy, known for his distinct voice, had an extensive career in dubbing, bringing intensity to characters in numerous films. His childhood was marked by the hardships of World War II, and he later became an expert in voiceover work. Despite his success, Reedy's personal life was marred by struggles. He married 3 times, but his relationships were often troubled, with his second marriage ending in divorce. He faced periods of financial instability, struggling with the pressures of supporting a family while pursuing his career. Despite these challenges, Reedy continued to work well into his later years, voicing characters in films like The Godfather and Star Wars. He passed away on April 3, 2015, at the age of 92, with the cause of death undisclosed. His long career in voice acting ensured that his legacy would endure, though his personal battles often went unnoticed by the public. Michael Sarn, born on August 6, 1940, in London, was 21 years old when he appeared in the Guns of Navarone in a secondary role that nonetheless helped establish the film's atmosphere. Sarn's early years were marked by a difficult upbringing in post-war London, but he found solace in the arts, eventually studying acting. His role in the Guns of Navarone was part of a budding career that later saw him transition to directing, most notably with his controversial film Lola, 1970. However, despite his early promise, Sarn's career faced numerous setbacks. His films did not always meet critical expectations, and he struggled with finding lasting success in the highly competitive world of cinema. In his personal life, Sarn had several relationships, but none were long-lasting, and he never married. He found solace in creative endeavors, though he remained on the fringe of mainstream success. As of 2025, Sarn is 84 years old. While his career may have peaked earlier than expected, he still occasionally appears in smaller creative projects, living quietly and out of the public eye. George Michael, born on April 4, 1929, in Alexandria, Egypt, played the cold and calculating Sessler in the Guns of Navarone at the age of 32. Michael's early years were shaped by a multicultural upbringing, and he honed his craft at London's prestigious drama schools. His career spanned decades, with significant roles in both British television and film, but he often found himself cast in villainous roles, like Sessler, which earned him a reputation for playing ruthless characters. While his career flourished, Michael's personal life was overshadowed by emotional turmoil. He was married 3 times, each union marked by complications. Michael had a strained relationship with his children, and his later years were clouded by loneliness. Although he remained a respected actor, his life was not without sadness. He passed away on May 12, 2020, at the age of 91, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances but also a life marked by personal grief and challenges. Who is your favorite character from the Guns of Navarone? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.